Okay, so hello everyone. Good evening, and today I am Rizkyano Niko Satrio from the Metallurgical Materials Engineering program from Group 22, and today I will be discussing about metallurgy and HAST lab pre-assignment task. Okay, so moving on, we have the overview content. Before we gonna move in, we have the introduction, metallography question, HST question, conclusion, and the final reference. So, moving to the introduction to metallography and HST. First one is metallography. Its core concept, metallography, is the systematic examination of the structural characteristic of metals and alloys through controlled sample preparation and microscopic observation. Its fundamental principle is that the microstructure governs the mechanical behavior, where in these cases, grain size, phase distribution, and defect morphology collectively determine properties such as its strength, hardness, and toughness. So, by revealing the grain boundaries, phase distribution, inclusion, and defects, it gives us the necessary information for quality control, failure analysis, and alloy development. So, a little bit about the background behind metallography. Metallography was pioneered by Henry Clifton Sorby in the 1860s, who demonstrated that polished and etched steel sections could reveal distinct microstructural constituents under reflected light microscopy. His discovery established the foundational relationship between microstructure and mechanical behavior, which acts as a principle that remains central to our degree, which is material science today. So, the process is sectioning and mounting, where a sample is cut and embedded in is resin for easier handling, and then there are grinding and polishing, using progressively finer abrasive to achieve a flat mirror-like surface, and then there is etching, where we apply chemicals to reveal hidden features like faces and ground boundaries, and microscopy, where we examine the surface under a microscope to analyze the internal structure. So, moving on, we have the heat treatment. The definition, heat treatment or HST, is a controlled thermal process applied to metals to modify their microstructure and consequently their mechanical properties. By manipulating heating temperatures, soaking duration, and cooling rate, specific transformation products such as perlite, bainite, and martensite can be selectively produced. Next, the iron-carbon phase diagram is considered its governing framework, supported by time temperature transformation and continuous cooling transformation diagrams. It predicts the microstructural outcomes as a function of thermal history. And why do we choose HST? Through HST, engineers can precisely tailor the material properties including hardness, strength, ductility, toughness to meet the specific service requirement. Okay, so moving on, we have 5 steps of the heat treatment. The first one is annealing. Above AC3 plus slow furnace cooling, it cores perlite, max ductility, minimum hardness, and then there are normalizing, air cooling from austenizing temp, finer perlite, and refined gray size. And then there are quenching, which are rapid cooling, BCT martensite, maximum hardness, and then tempering, reheat quench martensite, carbide precipitation, restored hardness, and Aus tempering, which is an isothermal between 250 to 400 degrees Celsius. It's considered bainite, and its best strength toughness balance. So on the left you can see the heat treatment graph. There are two, and the right one is the example of the heat treatment. So the metallography question. The first one we have to answer how errors at any stage affect the grain boundaries, phase identification, microstructural analysis, and the relationship between preparation quality and microscopic observation result. So the first one, about grain boundary clarity, coarse grinding leaves deep scratches that obscure boundaries. Overetching widens them beyond two dimensioning. Underetching makes them invisible. Next, there are phase identification, where deformation layers alter the etching response, causing misidentification, and over-etching destroy fine features. And next, we have the microstructural accuracy. Scratches resemble cracks, over-polishing distort the phase fraction, over-etching mispresent morphology, and all quantitative measurement become unreliable. In which the final one is preparation. Quality is the direct determinant of observation reliability, where a poorly prepared surface renders any microscopic will result in misleading regardless of the instrument quality. Next, we move on to the HST question. So in this question, we need to answer why to compare the coarse perlite, bainite, and martensite, and explain the relationship between microstructure and these mechanical properties. So, as you can see on the table on the right below, the data shows a clear inverse relationship between strength and ductility across the three microstructures. Martensite achieved the highest hardness and tensile strength, but at the cost of near zero ductility and very low toughness. So material is very strong on a martensite, but it can be so brittle and it doesn't have any ductility inside. Next, the coarse perlite, it wide varied lamel offer minimal resistance to dislocation motion, which is high ductility, low strength, and coarse scale equals easy deformation. And then on the bainite, we have fine light boundaries plus dispersed carbides impede dislocation. This increases the strength while preventing the brittle crack nucleation. It's improved its toughness and it's best for the balance between ductility and toughness. So on the martensite, which I said from before, it combines interstitial carbon plus BCT distortion with ultra-high dislocation density. Extreme hardness, same mechanism, restrict plastic relaxation. Brittleness, tempering required. So, coarse perlite sits at the opposite end, offering the highest ductility, but the lowest strength. Whereas bainite is the critical middle ground. As I said, if you want to have a strong material and then a ductile material, combine it, you need something familiar like bainite. So the conclusion is metallography and heat treatment are fundamentally connected as microstructure directly governs the mechanical performance. However, a sample preparation is essential because errors at any stage can compromise the reliability of the microstructural observation and qualitative analysis. The heat treatment determines the resulting microstructure and its mechanical property balance. So, as I said before, coarse perlite favors the ductility, martensite maximizes the hardness and strength, where bainite provides the balance between both. So, overall, choosing a microstructure selection is essential for us as an engineer to meet a specific engineering requirement. And here are my reference from the text. And thank you for listening to me and have a pleasant day.